All right, we are in part two, y'all. So picking up where we left off here. So we have the Eight of Cups popping out for the second time in the reverse. So yeah, this person's big time not happy. They thought that they had a good start with something, but it did not work out, and this is leaving them completely unhappy. They're very much so worried about their finances. That's what we got in the first part of the reading. And then we move into the Knight of Wands in reverse energy. Knight of Wands in reverse energy is giving me the energy that they're very unhappy because they are stuck and they are getting the news that whatever they're working on, it ain't going nowhere. It's stalemate. This is leaving them tired and restless and just tirelessly trying to figure things out. Four swords in reverse. But there's nothing to figure out. You're stuck. You're stagnant. It ain't going nowhere. You done burnt your bridges with everybody. You done messed things up with everybody that could have helped you. And this is where you are now. Two of Wands in the reverse. I often say Two of Swords, but Two of Wands in reverse. All because you was worried about what somebody else had coming in for them. Knight of Cups in the upright. And they're going to get this news and they're going to see this good, lucrative offer coming in for you. Now, while we're talking about them looking at what you got coming in, it's because they want what you got. Seven of Cups in the upright. They want what you got. They're very lustful. They're very much so envious and jealous of the things that you have. And they see these things and they're looking like, you know, they're glittering and they're glowing and they're shining and they're looking bright and tinging and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, I want that. I want that. And you are having all those things and you are in the temperance energy, Fire Sagittarius. Seek balance to create a calm atmosphere, moderation, tranquility, serenity, combination of forces, realizations. So yeah, you've come to the realization that you are someone that has temperance and virtue, and you're moving in the right way. And this is why you have these things that this person wants. They want this temperance you got too. And see, they thought they was gonna have that too. They thought they was gonna walk off into the sunset and live happily ever after on your expense, but nope. The Fool in reverse, that's not how that went at all, honey. They thought they was gonna have the glitter and the glam and the glitz and the glam and the gold and all that. But actually, they're looking like a bum dusted bitch. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, baby. And they juggling and struggling. Two of Pentacles. Can't make that up, girl. Boy, whoever I'm talking to. Now, moving right along, while they juggling and struggling, you are actually balancing things out the right way because you are in the temperance energy, right? And because of that, you ain't got to worry about nothing. While they tirelessly up all night in the Four of Swords in reverse energy, worried about everything, you're in the Nine of Swords in the reverse energy, which means you really ain't worried about nothing. You carefree around this giant because you know better and your intuition is picked up on the BS of this person. You already see other antics and nothing's going to slide past you at this point in time. Have the High Priestess card in upright, yes. High Priestess is water moon energy. Trust your own counsel first. Change, fluctuation, wisdom, sound judgment, common sense, awareness, intuition. Yeah, you got common sense, and that's not that common nowadays. Because you're using your common sense, you can see that this person is going to keep coming for you and, for whatever you got going on, and it's not going to work. The weapon's going to prosper. Six of Wands in reverse, and they're going to continue to keep coming, but you are fighting just as hard as they are, and guess who's stronger? You are Seven of Wands in the upright. You are, guess who's wiser? Guess who's actually going to have good things coming to them because of their wisdom and temperance and all that? You? The Hierophant in the upright? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Clock that. Alright, so these closeout cards though, because this definitely won't be a part 3, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know right now, but closeout cards here. Knight of Swords in the upright. So the Knight of Swords in the upright, this person is definitely still relentlessly and immaturely trying to fight this battle very strongly, and it's going to lead to further financial ruin because the card that came out next was the Six of Pentacles in the reverse of Taurus, Pride of Witches, Depth, Intellect from Success, Selfishness, Unfairness, Injustice, Power Dynamic. So this was making me think about the gambling card, and yeah, they're gambling with their finances in a way where they're losing out big time, and it's not fruitful for them at all. This is making them even more pissed off and angry. King of Cups in the reverse because they're not being poured into the way that they want to anymore by you or whoever they're trying to get to pour into them so that they can feel sufficient. But the thing about this is you have to pour into yourself in order to feel sufficient. Like how the Temperance card, how the lady was pouring into her own cup. That's how they have to be. This person has realized that. That's why they're like this. They keep dumping their cup of emotions out, and they're not pouring back into themselves. They have to do the work. They're not doing the work. And why do I know that they're not doing the work? The Hermit card in the reverse popped out again. They are not doing the work within to find themselves and get to where they want to get to. But you can't tell this person nothing. They're real hard-headed because they're going from the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords energy. And for me, with this person, yeah, they are very judgmental, very much so on some petty BS, and very much so hard-headed and stubborn, and not moving in the right way. And it's continuously messing up their finances because when we move over here, boom, Five of Pentacles in the uprights. Yeah, this person gonna be down and out. They might be losing their crib, car, job, everything damn near. Or they might just lose everything because, yeah, it's just not looking good. Once you fall into this energy, that's pretty much, yeah, the bum, dusty energy. And then Four Wands in reverse, fire, Aries, tension, turbulence, anxious, unprepared, hurried, insincere. Yeah, they're not prepared for this big fallout that they're gonna have that's gonna put them in this energy. And that's where, boom, the death card popped out again in the upright. So yeah, that's why I said this person, if it's that bad where they're losing everything, their car, their money, their home and all that, especially once if this person lost all that and then they lose their home too, that's probably what's going to push them over the edge to end things, unfortunately. But yeah, this is confirmation that something is definitely coming to an end. And it's definitely something to do with some of those finances. Because they're fighting this battle that wasn't really worth it. And in the end, yeah, we see what happened there. Five of Swords in the reverse. In the end, it was not worth it at all because they still didn't win the battle. You did, the collective did. And guess what this puts them in? Boom, the Tower. So two death cards in the Tower. Yeah. This they done for y'all. They are done mother frick for. You have Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to balance their finances, anything like that. They lose control of everything. Ace of Wands in the upright. This is fire energy. We also create energy, inspiration, creation, force, strength gain. So they're being forced into this new change. They're being forced to balance things out, or they're being forced to realize that this is their life now. They're also being forced to realize that this is their new life now, and this is the change that's taking place. And guess who's gonna come out on top? You, baby. The Chariot and the upright. You are coming up in Taurus because, yeah, you're in the High Priestess energy. You're in the Hierophant energy. You're in all of the good energies. Should be in this energy. The sun, baby, you got all the good energies coming in, and this is why you're happy. You're emotionally fulfilled. Ace of Cups and upright, and you're carefree and worry-free and stress-free. You can pour into anybody else's cup and still have enough for your own cups too. You got multiple cups, but this is the big cup. This is the big one. You also have some collaborations coming in that are going to be good for you in the futures. I got the Three of Pentacles and uprights. Yeah, some people are going to come towards you. They're going to collaborate with you. So keep that in mind as well. Then we have this Page of Wands in reverse. So yeah, they're going to hear about these things happening for you, and this will be bad news for them. But this is good news for you. Anything that's bad news for the ops is good news for you. So don't worry about that. All right, so we're going to finish closing out in part 3. Check me out in part 3.